and do a collective reading. If you are watching collective readings, remember to always, always, always bring your discernment, use your intuition. Do not force anything in life, especially collective readings. Take what is yours and leave the rest. We hold both masculine and feminine energies. So, if I say he and you're a she and the story fits, you can swap that role. Energy is fluid. It just depends on what timeline I am speaking on. I could be talking about past, present, and future all in one reading. Like I said, take what is yours and leave the rest. Do not force it. We don't force in life. A choice that you make today could change what frequency and what timeline puts you on at another moment, at a different moment. So, if anything that I am saying is sounding in any way confusing, it's simply not your reading. There are plenty of tarot readers, spiritual advisors, plenty of different readings that I've done that could benefit you at a later date or today. So, like I said, take what is yours and leave the rest. Flip the roles. Okay? We're going to go ahead and do a collective reading. Like I said in the beginning, after my big old spiel, I am recording this on my laptop today. So we have time to do it as long as I want. I don't know if we're going to do a long one or we're going to break it up, but it's been a while, so I hope that you guys are enjoying your holiday season, enjoying your winter. I hope that you are having the days that you deserve. Remember, life is full of choices, full of lessons. Make the right one for yourself. We are not here for stuff, for collecting. We're here as an experience to learn lessons we possibly didn't in past lives. So, don't forget to live that life. Let's just see what's in the energy, and we'll go from there. I'll start with my tarot, just as I split the deck. All of me is on the TV. We're watching Pandora on shuffle. Let me actually put that on shuffle because it doesn't look like it is on shuffle. If you are new here and you're just barely watching my readings, just know that I get messages from everything around me. So, whether that's music, whether that's the commercial, whether that's my children coming randomly in and saying a certain thing. It is the weekend for them, so we could be interrupted, and that is okay. Always be my baby. Daydream. I am just getting over a cold. It was a gnarly one, but it's a cold. And I'm feeling much, much better. It is going around here in my small towns, as I am told. And having children, you know, germs can be fun. So when I picked up the deck, this card was actually at the bottom of the deck. The Two of Pentacles talks about time management, you know, making time for situations. If it is important to you, you will make time for it. Balancing of your energies. As a mother, we are always being pulled in multiple directions, balancing the household, work life, taking care of children. Like I said, when my children come in, it is the weekend. It happens. So, there's negotiations. There is time. Making time for new ideas, for things that you dream about. Chasing your dreams, making things happen. And leaving what doesn't in your rearview mirror, right? Making priority for those things that are important to you. Always be my baby. Sometimes we do have to leave people behind for the greater good. Double energy, double card. I know that you will be back, boy. So we got a couple cards that came out. A couple cards that flipped over. We have the King of Wands, a natural leader, a self-starter, somebody who is always able to make those head of heart decisions, right? And we have the Death card coming in right after that. Death doesn't always... Everybody gets scared of this card. I used to. When I first started tarot, I used to get scared of this card. But death brings new life, new ideas, putting an end to situations, like I said, walking away from situations, making time for things that are important, which means you don't have time for things that are less important. Putting an end to situations. Natural coming out with the King of Wands. That means that you are able to decipher multiple options. You are able to make that list and prioritize. There will be distractions. There will be, Queen of Pentacles. It's a nurturing energy. Somebody who's practical, who's caring, who probably makes selfless decisions. So you have possibly parents, one working, one who is, and as I look down and say, working parent. There's a working parent that needs to make time for situations. And that Knight of Swords coming out with the Devil card. They need to make time for situations that are matters of the heart. What it's like, Everlast. Whitney Ford sings the blues. God forbid you have to walk my shoes. Making time for situations before they become burdensome. We have the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Throwing love at a situation. So we got the Knight of Swords, quick thinking, the Devil, somebody who is burdened, who becomes burdened with extra responsibility. And then we have the Divine coming in here with the Ace of Cups. After the burdens, something that brings fulfillment, the lesson. After the burdens, it's the lesson. It's understanding. walking a path for so long, you're going to have to choose which life is important, which energy is important, so that you can chase your dreams. And as I split the deck, we have the Seven of Wands. Holding your own, perseverance, standing up for yourself. Standing up for what is important for you. There is a good and a bad. What it's like. Every path is different. Everybody walks a certain path. Everybody has learned lessons. So what is good for you could be bad for somebody else. What you understand, another doesn't understand. And there comes the competition, the misunderstandings. What is important to you may not be important to another individual. What is important to a mother may not be important to somebody who doesn't have kids. It's that understanding, that middle line. Picking a fight, rage bait, over things you don't understand. Distractions, tricks. Somebody putting tricks in the middle so that another individual is confused, has a harder path. They attack what they don't understand, right? I'm going to put this back some. People attack what they don't understand. And Spirit wants to know it's gonna be okay. They may not know what it's like, Everlast. And that's okay. Maybe they will one day learn what it's like to walk the path that the collective has walked. They don't understand because they've never walked that path. But what happens when you do walk that path? Will you be able to stand like the collective? Candle magic coming out in reverse. Somebody is sending energies, trickery, spell work. Whether that is actually spell work or... So, spell work would be energetic, spiritual. Whether somebody's sending spiritual work so that somebody has roadblocks, has a harder path, ruins their faux fur coat. Spend money on a coat that only costs. The advertisement is talking about somebody who got a good savings. Candle right in reverse. So something is going to happen for the collective that is not going to be as expensive as you think. Proving me right, Tucker Wetmore. Whatever somebody is throwing at you, collective, spiritually, candle magic, it won't work. It will be sent back. Ill wishes, energetic anything will be sent back. Word projections. Now, if we're talking about the physical, the 3D, where people stop your jobs, people, excuse me, I burped. Court, win, injustice. People stop. Excuse me, I saw that on the wall. People stop the progression of something, stop your growth, put up roadblocks. Like I said, not able to get jobs, not able to pay certain debts down because you don't have that job. That's how people work. They use their power, they use their positions, they use people they know as stepping stones. There is more than one way to change. But like in the cards, the divine stepping in, whoever you are in the collective, you are protected. You remain resilient. It's gonna be okay. Crybaby in reverse, the bottom of the deck. somebody is going to be proving me right. Somebody is going to be proven wrong because you were right about a certain situation. There will be a court win, a justice. Justice came out first card, right? Adulting sucks for a divine mom. Upright. Go do what you want. Do what you're passionate about. Adulting does suck. 3D level stuff does suck. Paying bills, you know. But if you're passionate about something, chase it. Do it. A divine mom. The spiritual side of things. There's ancestors that are writing for this individual. Which is why people race against time. They are quick. Beautiful disaster. Bottle and Mary Jane jelly roll. Anything else from this deck? Crow. Ravens. If you are seeing crows and ravens, pay attention. There is a banker. Somebody who tried to do money spells. It will be reversed. So if they try to do it on you, collective, candle magic, ill wishes, it will be reversed. It's not going to be okay for this banker. This person, we can actually be talking about a banker. Or we can be talking about somebody who did money spells, who stole money, who did something to the collective involving money. If we are not talking about an actual banker. Somebody took the bait as I look down. Somebody is drinking. They are stuck in their head. They will be stuck in their head because they took the bait. They attacked Bottle of Mary Jane. They attacked the collective. I've been bound by these shackles and change. Various addictions just can't be chained. Okay, we're going to go to the whatever deck. And go from there. We started this reading at 11:11. Somebody's prayers were heard. Evidence on a feather blanket. So there is going to be evidence, feathers, divine, the bird energy, nature. Pay attention to the signs. What is hidden? The shadow work. Shadow work for everyone is stuff that triggers you, stuff that has happened to you that you haven't, healed from. Anything that triggers you can be considered shadow work. Things that are done in the shadows, things that are done in these unseen, the skeletons in your closet. Somebody was not kind. Be kind came out in reverse. Damn these addictions. Somebody is bound by the choices they make. And there is a balance of all things. There is a balance happening for the collective. For the karmics as well. Karmics and collective. Same energy. Something bad, do it with carry under it. I got a real good feeling something bad about to happen. A balance in all things. If you don't choose what to get rid of, the divine chooses for you. If you don't choose to stop a certain path, you are realigned. Just like if you choose a certain path and it's not meant for you, if you choose to break the law and you continue, with the addictions, with the breaking of the law, you usually end up getting caught up with the law, right? Court. You do something wrong. Court happens. Something bad about to happen. We could be talking about spiritual court, real court, 3D court. Somebody is living on a prayer. They're not going to know what happened. Something wrong. Something bad about to happen. What are you doing? What were you doing to cause this energy? What are you doing that you are too tired to fight now? Somebody is going to go through a spiritual awakening. Shadow work. Shadow work is going to be a forced sit down. A red vehicle. While somebody is leveling up, another will be too tired to fight. That fell on the too tired to fight. A balancing of energy. So we have the karmics. Karmics are collective. Karmics are included in the collective because we have both bad and good, right? Balancing of energies. Or somebody is on the right path, somebody is not on the right path. Something bad, the ancestors, the divine. Oh, something bad. The ancestors. Death comes in threes. Wake up in the morning, don't know what happened. Like I said with the death card in the beginning, death doesn't always have to mean death. For you, yes, death does come in threes. They say, I'm only one call away, Charlie Puth. Death can actually mean an unaliving that happens 3 times for somebody in their family, in their life, or whatever. But it could also mean death happening for an individual in 3 different ways. Unalivings, money issues, mental. I just want to give you love. Let it go to auction. Somebody's trying to wait out the clock. But they can't escape this. I'll be there to save the day. Living on a prayer. Somebody needs to stand up. 1 call away. Find a way to escape your life. Drinking, addictions, choices. Trying to run away. If you keep running away, and I am quite educated on this subject because I was definitely the runaway. The individual that hid from things that bothered them. I just buried it down inside. But the more you bury it, the more you encounter it in different faces, in different situations, until you handle it, until you fix it, until you learn the lesson. I'm only 1 call away. Sometimes it takes a phone call. Sometimes it takes a decision, a choice. Find a way not to escape your life. Stop drinking, stop the addiction, stop the poor choices, and make the right choice. I refused to learn. And until I was only 1 call away. I was singing this song to my children when I went to jail. I'm only 1 call away because that's all they had, all the communication they had. So do something. Stop escaping your life before you're only 1 call away, where you only have that 1 option to save the day. Survival benefits. Survival benefits is when somebody dies. And the children, the spouse, you know, receives a benefit to help support the children or their life after somebody dies. Do you like the way the dominoes will fall? If you could control it by a choice. Bad moon rising. We are in the full moon energy, the last full moon of 2025. Bad moon rising. Somebody, I see troubles on the way. Do you like the way the dominoes are falling? Do you like the way what your choices have led you? What path your choices have led you on? You gave my kids to a monster. Would you rather be able to care for your children yourself or have to rely on somebody else to watch your children? I had to learn that lesson the hard way. I know the end is coming soon. We can do the hard things. Sometimes it's hard to make that choice to stop, to redirect the way the dominoes fall. There is a thin line between love and hate. I spit on your grave, knocking on heaven's door. Bring on the rain. Fear of letting go. It's time to live for your kids too. So we have a lot of energy right here in this reading to redirect. It's time to live, not just survive. If you are making choices that are of a survival mentality, and believe me, like I said, I have lived that life. And I would rather never go back to that. It's going to take your life. It's going to change. You are going to be rerouted. So, and sometimes when the tower falls, when that forced tower falls because you didn't make the choice, you get that forced choice. You get that sit down. You get something bad happens that shakes you to the core. Shakes you forever. Sirach, the sharecropper's daughter. Something is going to shake you to the core. And you could be a mother because we are having a lot of children energy. Allison popped up when I got this pile. We're going to move to the Pandora's box. Your body is telling you. The energies around you. Nature. There are signs all around you. Jupiter. Jupiter energy. Allison at the top of the deck again. So I'm going to pull Allison out. Allison is very, very important. A sexual favor. Better shine on them, baby. You a star. Foxy. Gordon. Tippin. Something about F Street. Very specific energy. Ian. Elsa. coming for all of their S's plus your house. We could be talking about a house energy. It's a shakeup of a foundation where you kind of lose everything so that you can rebuild. You cannot build on a cracked foundation, on a rocky foundation. And I can't find my way home anymore. Excuse me. It's gonna cut me off. My daughter is singing in the background, Miley Cyrus. Can't find my way home anymore. Naomi. Don't do too much where you can't find your way home. Can't look in the mirror at the person you have become because of the choices you made. Mariva, why did you cheat? Cheat doesn't necessarily have to be cheating on a spouse, but you could be cheating at life, stealing, doing things that, using your position to make sure that you have a court win. Candle magic. I will swallow. At a sexual favor. Putting yourself in situations where you offer up yourself in a matter so that you can control somebody. You can be that third wheel. They choose your way because of certain sexual things that you do. Kathleen, can you hear me? Can you hear the messages that are coming out? Davy. They're going to try to change your heart. They're going to try to use sexual favors. Can you hear me? It fell out. Spiritually, your ancestors are asking you to release a situation. In a nutshell, Alice in Chains, jar of flies. Release the flies. Release what no longer serves you. Man in the mirror. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. 33:23 on the clock. Face it so you can. Face your own reflection. Face your shadow. Face the choices. Face what keeps coming up so that you can release it. So that you can unjar that energy. Release that energy. Let go. Sheila. Brooks. Whether that means actually speaking up on what you have done, what you have stashed, transfer that energy by speaking up. Transmute that energy by speaking about it. Don't bury it down. Family strife over money. The church folk know something is well known by many, yet not by the ones that need to know. Jada, what I've learned is those that know and don't do nothing about it or hold that secret for an individual knowing that they are wrong are just as bad as those that were committing the secrecy, that committing the crime. money relationships. Money ties them together. Those that know they shared the money, they know somebody was wrong, but they did nothing about it. All of them are guilty. Abbott, be the truth. Speak the truth. Stand up. Shine bright. Speak your truth. Or be forced to. Be seen in a different light. Yet I find Whitney, Milo, if I can't be my own, Banks, Banker did come out, money, issues, Banks is a last name, Jamar, let's get one more pile and we're going to end this. Something about Jason? First draft pick. It's fate. And somebody is stirring the pot. Amy. Healing the wounds and traumas can heal the cancer. Somebody who has done so much that their body is attacking them. The choices have led them to their body attacking them. Healing, excuse me, not only the physical choices that you make, but the stuff that you bury down, the traumas, the reasons you make certain choices, the reasons you repeat certain go-arounds, the reasons why you date certain individuals, the things that are keeping you sick needs to be healed, because if you don't make time for the important things, get rid of all the stuff that's not important and make time for yourself, make time for the important things, it becomes a cancer. Christy, Kimmins, Patrick, Darla. It's super cool replacing people. Man already clocked in before you even woke up. There could be a change of a work environment. Smile, you are on camera. There is evidence being brought up. Speak the truth before the evidence comes out, right? Help you remember. There is a warlock. Warlock E. Mickey. Blessica. I tell you all the time the same answers to your questions. You know exactly what you need to do. You know what truth needs to be told. Go big or go home, Spirit says. What hurt would it be if you just changed up and told the truth? What kind of change could that bring for your life? What kind of change could that be for your path? If you chose to defend, you already know. U and K came out. You already know what to do. Spirit says you already know, or you'll know when the tower falls, when the evidence comes out. You'll know what needed to be done. The number 3. Death comes in threes. When something happens that makes you remember, that shakes you to the core, that changes you, that makes crashing to the shore. I, A, D, N, T. Ian did come out. Danny, DANICANT. Can't. When you feel like you can't, you can. To help you remember, Jason Aldean. Jason did come out. Pay attention to the names. You could be, if it's not a direct name for somebody that you know, pay attention to the energy around that name. Is it somebody you know? Is it a friend? Pay attention to the relationship of that name, of that person you know. It could not necessarily be that person, but it could be a relationship that that person holds. S. Would it all come back to you if you remember? No. SL. November. We have NOV, November, or no. LIV, live. It's something you can't just keep living on with. You have to make a choice, or the choice will be made for you. Choose. I personally would rather choose the right path. Choose to change so that I am redirected to the right path before you are forced into a situation. Heartbreaker, before you are forced that heartbreak, before you are forced that change. And I'm going to end it there.